All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters whack. They afraid of facts. They don't think you worth the air you breathe unless you gay or black. All my haters hang out with Antifa waving rainbow flags. All the dudes who hate me think they pregnant, they just gay and fat. They've been watching CNN and Disney on their televisions. Never seen a gym but get Ozempic shots injected in them. Blaming us for homophobia and anti-Semitism. Think that if you straight and white and male you should be sent to prison. All my haters left the center, come in 50 different genders. Members of the woke mob, registered as sex offenders. All my haters woke as hell, probably means they broke as well. I don't need to know them, I can tell. All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters lame, cancel everything. They think men are toxic but they can't define a woman, ayy. All my haters hate police cause they don't want the city safe. They so triggered all the time but none of them know how to aim. They think that they above the law, they loot a store, don't get arrested. Killing babies, they don't use protection, they just getting pregnant. Only time they win is when they cheat, you know they rigged elections. Claiming we're privileged so they can say they living in oppression. All my haters left the center, come in 50 different genders. Members of the woke mob, registered as sex offenders. All my haters woke as hell, probably means they broke as well. I don't need to know them, I can tell. All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters threaten me, they bluffing. Ain't no guts inside their stomachs, they identify as blueberry muffins. They wanted cops to be defunded, bumping Macklemore, they love them. Swear to God the one thing they got in common is all my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my. All my haters.
Fucking great. So I gotta do it all again. That's terrible. Alright, so I am back. Fucking muted. You gotta be kidding me. Alright. Let's start again. Alright, welcome back to the podcast. Cannot hear you. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate or thanks, True Texan. I appreciate you. Yeah. So that's what I get for setting up all my audio at the very beginning. But anyway, or at the very end, last minute. But anyway, welcome back to Straight from the Hip, episode 6. Is Maga dead? Maga is dead? Is it dead? Is it not dead? That's what we're going to find out today. Okay? I don't know if it's exactly dead, but it looks a lot different than what it did back in 2015, 2016. It doesn't look good. All right, can everybody can hear me now, right? All right. Fuck. Damn it, dipshit. Fuck you, Mary. Hey, Mary. What's up, everyone on the other live? Yeah, there's 2 lives, if you haven't noticed, all right? There is 2 lives. It is diluted for sure. Yeah, it's definitely diluted. The new Maga looks a hell of a lot different than what it did back in 2015, 2016. Back at you. I appreciate you, Mary. Thanks. If I went through the whole day, all right, and nobody gave me shit in my life, I know I could count on you. All I got to do is go live, and I know Mary is going to give me some shit about something, okay? You and Hazel. Hazel doesn't come around a whole lot, but every time she does give me shit. But anyway, like I was saying while I was muted, is that Trump actually had a very different view on H-1B visas, okay? And a lot of people said, nah, man, he's always had this view. We need foreign workers. We need these people to come and invade our countries and invade our country and take our fucking jobs. He's always felt like that, man. And it's like, well, actually, he didn't. And I do have a clip to share. I do have some evidence. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and check that out. There we go. All right, so this is Trump back in 2015, 2016. Let's see what he has to say about H-1B visas. Let's fucking go.
Well, first of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it.
Oh, it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it. We should end it. He admits, hey, just like the tax breaks that he says he used to use, or probably still does use. He does say that, hey, I use these. We shouldn't be able to. They abuse it. They take advantage of it. It's not good for our country. It's not good for our American workers. And, he says basically at the end that we should end it. We should end it. All right. Well, what does he have to say about it now? Because I think it could be slightly different. And in my opinion, it's pretty fucking disturbing how he feels about it now. So, make America great again, okay? What does that mean to you, okay? That, in my personal opinion, it means bringing back all of our factories from foreign countries, making products in America, securing our fucking borders, improving our economy, getting our homeless off the streets, making it to where Americans can afford to live in this country again, making it to where people feel like they, I wouldn't say safe to create or to start a family, but fucking safety does matter. You know what I'm saying? Our inner cities are a disaster. Okay? It's not good. Crime is not good. Inflation right now is not good. It's a struggle for people to just make it. Okay, so making America great again means improving American lives, okay? Making Americans' lives great again. All right? I don't know what the fuck this is, but this definitely ain't it.
There's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that
the
mean-
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
So if you want to make this country great again, if you want to improve American workers' wages, you cannot flood the system with illegal immigrants. Or with immigrants. Okay, they wouldn't technically be illegal, okay? I understand the difference between legal, illegal, okay? But this ain't fucking good, okay? This ain't good. Listen, we have a huge issue with the last administration when it comes to illegal immigration. All right? Now, what's the fucking point if we just say, all right, we need to get, because Trump used to be, well, we need to get all the illegal immigrants out of this country. We need to build the fucking wall. Okay. We need to secure our borders. All right. He gets elected. He started to backtrack a little bit before the 2024 election. Okay. And people weren't listening. I heard what he was saying. But he started having these talking points of, well, I think we need to get the criminals out. We need to focus on all the illegals that are criminals. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. And then he would say shit like, let's get all the bad people out. I'm sorry, if you came into this country illegally, you broke the law. And in my mind, that makes you a bad person. And in my mind, you got to fucking go. Okay, you got to go. There is no, well, Jose's been here for fucking 10 years and he's held a job and he's done this and he's done that, but he's here illegally. Sorry, Jose, you gotta fucking go. All right? Go back across the border, come in the legal way. If not, stay in your own country. Okay? So he started to backtrack a little bit then, and it's just gotten fucking worse. Okay? So what does it solve to get all of these illegal immigrants out? Okay? Like, let's just say all the ones that are bad people or criminals. And then we just open up the system to bring in more immigrants. Okay? We're bringing in more immigrants. And I don't think that's a good idea. We're bringing in more immigrants while we still have millions upon millions of illegal immigrants already here. All right? A lot of people say, well, we're getting rid of the illegal immigrants. Let's just say we have 20 million illegal immigrants that came across the border. Okay. Well, let's just say 10 million. Let's bring that number down to the lowest number. I've heard anywhere from 10 to 30 million. JD Vance just said last week 30 fucking million. Okay. But let's just say 10 million on the low side. Okay, that means we would have to deport 2.5 million illegal immigrants a year, okay, to hit the numbers that we need to hit. We're not even close. I think the last time I saw it was close to 500,000, okay? We've barely, I don't even know if we've hit 500,000 yet. So, I'm sorry, but you got to go, okay? And this is the thing, like, I don't hate, the people that are here, I don't hate you, okay? But you can't stay here. If you're here illegally, you got to go back. All right, come through the legal way. And it sounds like what they're going to do is they're just going to start fast-tracking immigrants. Like I've been saying, and I've been saying consistently for the last couple years, is that we need to shut down the border. No more legal or illegal immigration right now. Not saying you don't ever start back up legal immigration, okay? Because I think if you come in the right way, you assimilate, you love this country, you want to support this country, you want to work hard for this country, okay, we can have you and we can take you in. But this whole just come in because your country's war torn, you don't want to assimilate, you don't want to learn our language, you don't care about this country, then I don't think you should be here. And it has to get a lot stricter, okay? And that's what we have to focus on. We have to focus on getting a lot stricter. We can't just say, okay, we need to bring in 100 fucking Indians, okay, for these tech jobs. And that's what he's getting ready to talk about. Okay, so I'm gonna go back just a little bit, and you're gonna find out that I believe that Trump isn't talking to his base anymore. Okay, he isn't speaking for his base anymore. He is speaking for his donors. And he is a politician now. He's not the same guy back in 2015, 2016. I don't believe that he is an outsider anymore. He is a fucking politician.
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands
I agree,
of foreign
but
workers.
you also do have to bring in talent. When
Well,
a
we have
country
plenty of talented people
no, you
here.
don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and you have to.
You don't have talent. Americans don't have talent. And I'm going to tell you this because I know that's not fucking true. Okay? And we'll listen to a couple other videos. I think Crowder made a video and I got that saved, and then Ben Shapiro made a video. But there is talent in the United States. Our talent is just being overlooked and taken advantage of by cheap labor from different countries. Okay, I seen it firsthand. I worked for a while. I worked for a couple different Honda suppliers. Okay, they were all the time bringing in entry-level engineers into our company, and they were foreign-born. They were either from most of them were from India. Okay, and they would bring these engineers in. Most of them really didn't even understand our language. They spoke very broken English. They weren't as skilled as the American engineers. Now, some of the American engineers had been with the company for 5, 10, 15 years. So they had a little bit of experience. But even as an entry-level engineer, they weren't even anywhere close to our American engineers. Weren't even close. And it's not like I just worked this job for like 6 months and I had 6 months of examples. I worked for 2 different Honda suppliers, one for 7 years. Okay, and that company focused mainly on, now it would bring in some foreign engineers, but the majority of their main engineers were Japanese. Okay, because it was a Japanese company, so they would bring Japanese engineers over, train the Americans, and then they would, and it was like for years. It was like 2 or 3 years, and then the Japanese would go back home. But the other Honda supplier I worked for, they specialized in hiring foreign workers. I mean, that's just what they did. They brought these people in that weren't as qualified. Okay. They put them in positions that, in my opinion, the company I worked for was designing exterior lighting for Honda. So you're putting them in a position where they could really fuck some shit up. And they did it with engineers. They did it with design and development. So these are like critical positions that you're putting these people in, and they barely speak English. And you can't tell me these people were more qualified than American workers. You just can't do it. You can't do it. You can't convince me of that. And I've seen it several times. People in companies get overlooked for foreign workers because they're cheaper, and I believe that the companies get tax breaks for using these people. But anyway, I'm on my rant here. Let's go back to the interview.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, "I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles," or "I'm going to put."
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
when you and I were
I'll give you
growing
an
up.
example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made
Hyundai.
batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. It's very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems.
So I know this factory that he's talking about, and let's just say I worked firsthand with this factory. Okay. Now, I didn't work for the company, okay? but I worked firsthand with this company. Okay, and I will say this. When they cracked down on the illegal immigration for that company, the company has struggled a little bit. But if you're bringing in 300 people, okay, you don't need 300 people to do the jobs for us. You need maybe 20 to 30 of them to come over here and teach us how to do it. And that's the way it should be. It should be you're sending people, like if you want us to do this job, you want to invest in a plant here in the United States, you have to hire American workers, period. You cannot come over here, put your fucking factory, a Hyundai factory. I know the factory they're talking about. It's a huge ass fucking facility, okay? Huge ass facility. They bring the company over here. They bring all their fucking workers. And now he's talking about, well, we had to crack down on it and send them all back, and we don't have talent to fill those positions. Train the fucking people of that area, okay? There's people that are dying for fucking good jobs, okay? There are American people out there that want to work, okay? They want to fucking work. And really what they feel like is they're getting slighted. They go to these jobs and they're paying fucking $12 an hour to fucking bust your ass and work 55 hours a week. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. So the cost of living is so fucking high, you just can't keep up with that. But apparently we lack talent, and I don't believe that. I've worked manufacturing. I worked fucking manufacturing for 18, 19 years. The talent is there. The talent is there. The opportunity is not. Because we keep getting the rug pulled out from under us. I can't tell you how many jobs. Now, granted, I didn't have a college degree, okay, but I can't tell you how many times I applied for different positions while I was working manufacturing, and it went to either a minority or a foreign person. It happened almost every fucking time, and it was like you were just getting overlooked. All right. And really what Trump in this situation is he doesn't give a fuck about his base anymore. And that's just that simple.
They wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way right away. I will say that, okay? It doesn't. But you have to train them. You can't just say, okay, it doesn't work because we don't have anybody. Take the people, train them. Okay? It's not hard. There are hard-working people out there. And I think there's a shit ton of them. And it's discouraging. Now, this is supposed to be the guy that is championing, and you get what I'm trying to say. For the American people, okay? He's supposed to be fighting for you. The American worker. He's supposed to care about you and making this country and your life great again. Okay, now is he the only person responsible for doing that? No, there's a lot of hard work involved, okay? And I don't know what the fuck happened to Trump from the first term to the second term, but this isn't the Trump I voted for. And I was reluctant to vote for him in 2024. I really was. And a lot of people don't understand how much they take advantage of that H-1B visas. And we're gonna learn a little bit about that. We're gonna focus on that. Yeah, I agree, Diesel. He is putting Americans last. I agree with that. It's the fucking truth. He's putting us last right now. Hey, what up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey in the chat. Mary. You sure you didn't get passed over because your IQ? Nah. I'm smart, Mary. Mary, I'm smart. All right? I got a big brain. It's huge. Let's let it go. All right, so I do think we are in some kind of weird transition. Okay, we are transitioning. There was another part to this video before I start talking about the transitioning. Not like that transitioning, okay? But I think we are transitioning from MAGA to America first. I think a lot of people are getting to the point where we're getting tired of the same old MAGA rhetoric. Like, aren't you tired of winning? Trust the plan, bro. Trump's playing 4D chess. Well, if he's playing 4D chess, he's a shitty fucking chess player. Okay? Because I don't like this chess game. Quit playing chess and let's get back to fucking winning. Have we ever really won, though? Because that's what I'm getting. I'm getting to the point where it's like, what have we won? More Israel to have more control over us? Israel to get us into more fucking wars? To have our country even more invaded by foreign immigrants that don't want to assimilate to this country? I don't know. I'm starting to think we didn't fucking win. Now, is he a step above Kamala Harris? Yeah, but that's not really fucking saying anything. That's not saying anything. I think a fucking roadkill on the side of the road would have been better than Kamala Harris. Okay? But that's not saying much. Alright? I don't know. Now, this talks a little bit more. I think it does go over some of the same information, which I'll cut it off. But there is another section to this where he talks about Chinese immigrant students. So I want to play that part.
Half of the students from all over the world that are coming into our country destroy our entire university and college system. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't lose any.
And don't forget, MAGA was my idea. MAGA was nobody else's idea. I know what MAGA wants better than anybody else. And MAGA wants...
You do? I don't think you have the fucking slightest clue what MAGA wants. I don't think you have the slightest clue what your base wants. I don't think you have the slightest clue what real Americans struggle with on a day-to-day basis. I don't think you understand. At one point, I felt like you did. Okay? At one point, I felt like you had at least an idea of what the fuck we were struggling with. Okay? And now, I feel like that is all went down to shitter. Like, you have no idea what I struggle with, okay? I'm not some big fancy fucking podcaster, okay? I'm not getting paid by the Blaze, Daily Wire. Fucking, I don't have any kind of conservative backing or like support, okay? I don't make any money off of doing this, all right? The thing is you have forgotten your fucking base. You have forgotten the people that have gotten you there. And you say, I know what MAGA wants. I started MAGA. No, the fucking people started MAGA. You have no idea what you just started by this interview. You've started a shift of a bunch of people saying, wait a minute. We don't like what the fuck you're selling us right now. And whoever's coming after you, if they have the same message, like a J.D. Vance, if they have the same message, we ain't going to buy that shit either. And a lot of people will say, well, who are you going to vote for? Are you going to vote for a Democratic Socialist over a fucking J.D. Vance? It's like, nah, I just won't vote. And a lot of people say, well, you're just going to intentionally fuck this country up. Like, dude, what is... I'm sorry. What's really fucking changed in the last year? Not a whole lot. Okay, matter of fact, I think it's gotten worse. We focused more on deporting people because of anti-Semitism than we have deporting people because they're here illegally. Like, we're out here making anti-Semitic laws while our fucking inner cities are riddled with crime. Okay, and we take half measures to go into Chicago, into Portland. We're taking all these half measures where I don't know, it's almost like a lackadaisical approach. Like, we'll go in here and poke the fucking bear a little bit, not really do shit, and run the clock out till the midterms. And then we'll whine and bitch when we lose the midterms. Oh, I can't believe we lost the midterms. We can't let this presidency get away from us in 2028. And it's like, fuck you. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to vote for none of you. Because you're not putting my interest and my family's interest in mind. Like, you don't, that's the farthest thing from your fucking mind. Anyway. I started MAGA. I know what MAGA wants. No, the fuck you don't. You have no idea what is coming. There is a new... I'll say this. All the shit that people talk about Nick Fuentes, okay? Well, Nick's a racist. Nick is that. Nick does this. Nick does that. Well, he's not married. He doesn't have any kids. And you know, he has this... He said this in the past and that in the past. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't think you understand how many people he has behind him pushing a movement that I believe one day will be bigger than any movement Trump started. Because there's a lot of people that are just looking at it and going, it just didn't fucking work. And the thing is if you're honest, you can look at the situation, or you can look at the Trump presidency. There were a lot of people in the background that were saying all along, like, this is just the beginning. Trump is like the catalyst. Trump is the first one, almost like the John the Baptist of the situation. He comes before the next big movement. And that's, I mean, it's the fucking truth, man. Like, his movement is almost done. He is what you would consider a lame duck. Okay? He doesn't have to campaign anymore. He doesn't have to do what his base wants him to do anymore. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And if that means bringing in a bunch of immigrant Indian people to come work and steal your tech jobs, that's what he'll do. So, oh, Justin. Yeah. All right. Anywho. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this. We'll go back to this video, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But here we go.
Destroy our entire university and college system. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't lose any.
And don't forget, MAGA was my idea. MAGA was nobody else's idea. I know what MAGA wants better than anybody else. And MAGA wants to see our country thrive.
So let me just be really clear with you. Chinese students not only don't deserve this.
Okay, so I guess this was Crowder. I thought it was just a video, but Crowder comes in and explains it. Apparently, Trump wants 600,000 Chinese immigrants to come in as students, okay? Crowder's getting ready to explain to you why that's a bad idea.
Not only don't deserve this and we don't benefit from it, they're a national security threat. So let me give you a few examples here. Check the references, link in the description. At U of M, you had many instances of students trying to smuggle in crop fungus. That doesn't seem like it has a place in the science lab. Again, at U of M, you had that student charged for illegally voting, and his vote still counted. And again, at U of M, 5 students were charged with spy activities at Camp Grayling. Again, most of these are the Chinese. Chicago, Chinese electrical engineering student there was convicted for spying for the CCP. At UCLA, there was a math student who transferred sensitive tech to the PLA. And then, of course, you have Swalwell's favorite, Fang Fang, the one he was not banging, just to be clear, not having sex with a Chinese spy, Eric Swalwell. There's no record of it. There's no proof of it. Eric Swalwell has not slept with Chinese spies and still seems to hold office. I just want to be very, very clear. I think we're covered by my half-Asian lawyer. Remember, Fang Fang started her spying career while enrolled at Cal State East Bay. So, like, there's a long-standing history of the Chinese taking advantage of our system and sending spies over here. Not to mention this. Let me ask you this. Do you think that having more Chinese students coming here, do you think that that lowers tuition costs? Or do you think it inflates tuition costs? Do you think that it provides more opportunities for American students to study? Or do you think they take those spots? This policy is basically, hey, we're going to be educating our primary geopolitical rival, basically people from a communist nation, so that we'll have to compete with them in the tech and workspace later on. And the reason for it is...
Go. None.
There's no reason. So I know that wasn't the original video. I'm gonna try to
Half
find
of the students.
Okay, I'm gonna try to find the original video. I think this is the original one. Okay, hold up. Because I can't remember what he said. So let's go ahead and play
To
this.
China.
Hold on, make sure I ran it all the way.
President Xi would like me to come to China. It's a very important relationship. As you know, we're taking a lot of money in from China because of the tariffs and the different things, and it's a very important relationship. We're going to get along good with China. I hear so many stories about we're not going to allow their students, or we're going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow. It's very important. 600,000 students. It's very important. But we're going to get along with China. But it's a different relationship that we have now with China. It's a much better relationship economically than it was before. With Biden, boy, what he allowed that, I mean, they just took him to the cleaners. You know, President Xi would...
All right, so 600,000 students are going to be coming in. Now, he talked a little bit about this in the Ingram interview, too, and I didn't really like what he had to say. He said basically that they were bringing in 600,000 students to support the fucking HBCUs, the historically black colleges, which made zero fucking sense, okay? And I want Trump to explain to me why 600,000 Chinese students helps our country. Because that's what I want. I want him to explain that. Because I don't believe it does. Okay, and a lot of people will say, well, the colleges and universities, some of them will go out of business. Good. Fuck. Good. Okay? We are spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to send our kids to colleges that brainwash them into hating this fucking country. Why? Why would I care if a couple hundred colleges go out of business? Fuck them. I don't give a shit about them. Okay? I think there's way too many colleges anyway. Get rid of them, bro. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Okay? Bringing in 600,000 students from China to keep our colleges open. And we're training these college students and shipping them back to China. And like what Crowder said, we are directly competing with China economically. And of course, they're a fucking communist country. Okay? Like, I just don't see any benefit. What is the fucking benefit? I want him to be able to explain that to me. Break it down from a fundamental standpoint. All right? I'm all ears because I don't believe you. I don't believe it works. And here's, I want to play this video too because this has to do with the H-1B visas. And then I think I have a Crowder video like explaining why the H-1B visas are not any good. And then I'll kind of talk a little bit more. But this is the new messaging. This is what's being pushed. This is what they want. They want foreign workers to come in. And they want foreign workers to take over your tech jobs. And you know, and it's not just tech jobs. I mean, just look around at how many foreign workers own businesses. I think every fucking gas station where I live is owned by foreigners. Okay? The only one in Ohio that I think was owned by Americans at one time, and it's not anymore, was Speedway. And now it's owned by 7-Eleven. So it was sold, I think, about 4 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, here we go.
What is the administration's position on these visas?
Now, we're going to keep using our visa programs. We're just going to make sure that they have integrity, that we're actually doing the vetting of the individuals who come into this country, that they want to be here for the right reasons, that they're not supporters of terrorists. and organizations that hate America. And that's what I think is so remarkable is under the Trump administration, we've sped up our process and added integrity to the visa programs, to green cards, to all of that. But also more people are becoming naturalized under this administration than ever before. More people are becoming citizens because we're not just streamlining
and we're celebrating this. Okay, so what's the difference between an invasion of illegal immigrants and a sped up process of legal immigrants coming in? It's still an invasion, bro. You can't keep bringing people from other countries, no matter if they're considered legal work visas or illegal. You can't keep bringing people in from foreign countries, from different cultures that don't want to assimilate. Because you can say, well, we sped up the process and we vetted them a lot better. I don't believe you. Okay? I just don't. We vetted them and made sure they weren't terrorists. Did you? Like, what's this process look like? Is it 6 months, a year, 2 years? Like, what's the process of bringing these people in? Is it a fucking 10-minute conversation? Okay, because I can lie for 10 minutes, an hour, a couple hours, you know? Cover up some shit. I don't know. What's this process look like? Because that's what I want to know. And what's the difference between, like, an invasion of immigrants and an invasion of illegal immigrants? Because it's still an invasion. Okay, you're dramatically changing the culture of this country. Okay? And I think they're doing it on purpose. They want to make, and a lot of people won't like this, and I don't give a fuck. Okay? They want to make this country to the point where whites are the minority. Okay? They do not want this country to be majority white. They want to bring in more and more foreign people, change the culture, change our, I think eventually change what we consider our national religion, which is Christianity. Okay? And they're drastically changing this country for the worse. Okay? Like I said, and I will continue to be right on this. Okay? Continue to be right on this. Shut down legal immigration, illegal immigration. Take your bumps and bruises. Okay? Rebuild the economy. Because, like, let's just say what they're thinking, okay, is correct. Let's just say the way they're thinking is correct. Like, we don't have enough talented American workers to keep the economy going, to keep these factories open. Let's just say that is true. Okay? Bringing in foreign workers to help drive that, to help keep our economy going, okay? To supplement that is, in my opinion, not good. Because we're going to have to eventually get to the point where we go through some pretty tough struggles in this country. We can't keep coddling this economy. Okay? We can't keep coddling this country. We eventually got to get back to hard work, innovation, inventing things. We got to get back to physical labor. All right? And I'm not saying it's going to be an easy thing. It's going to be difficult. You're going to go through some difficult times. But supplementing our economy with foreign workers that don't share our same morals, values, and beliefs, and they drastically want to change our culture is not a good idea. It's not a good idea, and I'll stand on that. And people can call me whatever they want. They can say, you're a racist, you're a Nazi, you're a fucking white supremacist. I don't care. Okay? This country, since it's been founded, okay, has been majority white. Okay? European. It's just facts. And you're seeing the evidence, the more you change the culture, the more we become more and more like a melting pot, the worse it fucking gets. You might not like the truth, okay? You might not like me for saying it, but I don't give a fuck. It still doesn't make it not true. All right, so let's watch the rest of this because this shit makes me sick too.
Citizens, because we're not just streamlining and building some processes back into our immigration policies, we're also making sure that these individuals that are coming into our country and get that privilege, that they actually are here for the right reasons. The Biden administration let thousands of terrorists into this country. They opened the southern border. They abused our asylum programs, abused our protective programs and visa programs, and we fixed all of it. It's remarkable what President Trump has done, and it's because he's a great leader. He's a visionary, and this man is going to go down as a legend in history as our greatest president ever.
Madam Secretary.
Oh, God, kiss his ass some more, bro. Fuck. I think he's going to go down as something, but I don't know if it's going to be like a legend. I love Trump. I've been a Trump supporter for 10 fucking years, okay? And the shit that he's been doing here lately just screams politician, screams rhino, screams typical Republican. And I feel like the whole party is asleep at the wheel. Now, who is replacing Trump in 2028? That's a huge question that everybody needs to ask themselves. Who is replacing Trump in 2028? J.D. Vance? Ted Cruz? Marco Rubio? Tulsi Gabbard? No, we ain't fucking voting for women. Okay, look, I'm going to address the woman thing, okay? A lot of people say, well, you got to choose between which is the lesser of the two evils. I did that this time, okay? I chose Trump because I felt like he was the best candidate, okay? I am not getting slop and continuing to vote. Until a candidate comes out and is a truly America first, loves this country, wants to see this country succeed, all right, I'm not voting. I'm not voting. And if you're not going to come out and address the elephant in the room, which is all these outside foreign lobbies lobbying our fucking politicians and paying them money, okay, buying our politicians, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, until you address those issues, until you are America first, until you start talking to me and my family and my people, which are white people. Okay, I am white to much people's surprise. Okay, I just ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. And a lot of people say, well, you can't play identity politics. And it's like, fuck you. Everybody plays identity politics. It's just when white people do it, everybody says, ah, that's racist. Nah, fam, that's playing the game. Everybody wants to play the game, but when white people play the game, it's like, whoa, you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. You can't stick up for your own people. You can't say that. You can't do that. And it's like, All right, hold on. Let me see what else we got, because I got a couple more videos I want to talk about. Alright, hold up. Let's see what the great and almighty Ben Shapiro had to fucking say about H-1B visas. The old great and mighty Jewish Ben Shapiro. White boy winner, let's fucking go. Wang half, let's fucking go. I hear you on that shit. Alright, so let's fucking go to... Oh, okay. So you got Shapiro. I'm going to play the Shapiro video, and then I'm going to play Crowder's reaction to it. Because I thought Crowder had some good points. Okay, so let's listen to what Ben's got to say. I can't stand Ben Shapiro, dude. I can't. I wish I would have saved the video where it talked about Ben Shapiro come out the other day and said, basically, if you can't afford to live where you grew up, If you're an American and you can't afford to live where you grew up at, you just have to move. That's tough shit. Quit crying about it. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, man. Fuck you. You know, like, you get pissed off when people say you don't like America, go move to Israel. Like, I can't. Ben Shapiro, in my opinion, is an enemy to this fucking country. Okay? The shit that has come out of his mouth the last couple weeks has been vile, nasty, Jewish propaganda. And it's been terrible for our country. This is not Ben Shapiro of 2015. Okay? This dude has been bought and paid for a long time. And he was probably bought and paid for back in 2015-16. Just wasn't so evident. Now it's like right in your face, and he's getting ready to tell you all about it.
There are, in fact, certain positions in the United States that require a level of expertise that may not be reachable in the numbers that are currently being churned out by American universities. That is a shortcoming of our educational system, and it is a problem. And so you can say we should up our game. I agree. We should absolutely up our game educationally. But in the meantime, if you do not bring in the labor supply, particularly to tech will go find the labor supply. And so what you will end up with is an office that was employing 30 Americans and 3 H-1B visa people. If the costs grow too high, simply moving to another country where they hire 30 Indians and 0 Americans. Right? This is the problem with the reason companies offshore is not because it's
good. Get the fuck out. And that's just how I feel about it. It's like, well, then we won't have jobs in this country. Well, if we got to take these tech companies, if we got to let these tech companies come over here and use us and exploit American freedom, the little bit of what we have left, okay, and American capitalism, and they come over here and they only want to hire some Americans, but they also want to bring in a bunch of foreigners, then we don't need that company here, bro. We just don't need those type of companies here. And it's like, well, that's going to hurt our economy. And it's like, dude, we have to get to the point where we have a backbone as a country. We have to. And we have to say, enough foreign immigration for a while. Shut it down for a little while. And I'm not saying forever, dude. I'm saying, but we got to shut that shit down, and we got to figure out what is going on. We got to get all the illegal immigrants out. We got to fucking see where we're really at as a country. And we got to take care of our own people, man. Not let this fucking dude in his tiny, dumb-looking fucking hat tell us what we should do in our country when he fucking doesn't like this country. He is simply Israel first. And it's come out of his mouth several times. Maybe not in this clip, but if you research it enough, you can hear it in his speech and what he says. He believes, basically, if this country gets too fucked up, he'll just go back to Israel.
Right. This is the problem with the reason companies offshore is not because it's easy or fun to simply move your company somewhere else. It's because the labor cost becomes so prohibitive in the United States that companies move away. And you can try to tariff them back, but all that does is artificially raise the price on Americans. Again, we're talking about affordability. There are trade-offs in economics. Autarky comes with the fun feeling that everybody in America is making American products. It comes with the very large downside that your products are economically inefficient, they don't work as well, and you're not globally competitive.
So he's saying the shit that is built in America, it's not as good. Like, Americans suck at what they fucking do. Americans they're not innovative anymore. They're not hard workers. They're not talented. It's the same rhetoric and bullshit that Trump was just spouting.
All policies have trade-offs. It is also better for the American people, broadly speaking, to bring in the best from other countries. Now, how do you determine the best? You can make, again, the case that the H-1B visa program is fatally flawed. It's not bringing in enough of the best. I will point out that many of our best founders in the United States are either immigrants or the children of immigrants who came in on H-1B visas or who came in just generally without an H-1B visa through other forms of legal immigration as students. And the reality is that maybe our screening procedures should be different, but we need to see specifics on what the screening procedures you're applying are that would allow for there to be, for example, an Elon Musk American citizen creating tens of thousands of jobs? Or the head of Google, Sundar Pichai, creating tens of thousands of jobs? Or the head of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, creating tens of thousands of jobs? Now you can say that.
Well, the problem with that is they were given, in my opinion, special privileges to be able to start companies and to be able to do some of the things they could in this country. And Ben even acknowledges that to a degree, but then quickly glosses over
Tens of thousands of jobs. Now you can say that maybe if those people didn't exist, there would be an American who just did that job. But that is now living in the realm of theory. It's not.
Yeah, there would be Americans in that fucking position. They were probably overlooked. They were probably not given the same opportunities or chances. And this is why I think, and this is the thing, even black Americans should be against bringing in foreign workers, bringing in immigrants to take jobs. Because that takes away from them too. And the thing is like, we have to wake the fuck up. Like, these people don't give a shit about us. They want foreign people to come in here, and the thing is like, I've seen foreign tech people. They're not very fucking smart, in my opinion. I've seen some that are smart, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just an excuse to have people come in and invade our country.
Living in the realm of reality. Brain draining other countries is also a good thing for America in terms of our own global competitiveness.
Yeah, brain draining these people for them to eventually go back to their own country. Because, I mean, for the majority, that's what happens. They eventually go back to their own country, or they decide to stay here. I don't know. Sometimes they stay here. But the thing is I don't know. It's just not good for our country in general. And I'm gonna have Crowder explain it to you, because I feel like he does a pretty good job doing this. Probably a lot better job than I can. Plus, I got distracted trying to find another Ben Shapiro video. So here we go. Here's what Crowder had to say. He kind of breaks it down a little bit. I don't know how much he goes into it, but let's check it out.
It is also better for the American people, broadly speaking, to bring in the best from other countries. Now, how do you determine the best? You can make, again, the case that the H-1B visa program is fatally flawed. It's not bringing in enough of the best. I will point out that many of our best founders in the United States are either immigrants or the children of immigrants who came in on H-1B visas, or who came in just generally without an H-1B visa through other forms of legal immigration as students. And the reality is that maybe our screening procedures should be different, but we need to see specifics on what the screening procedures you're applying are that would allow for there to be, for example, an Elon Musk American citizen creating tens of thousands of jobs.
Not to mention, of course, you can look at the average H-1B wage, right? It's 17 to 34% lower than the actual median salaries for the profession. That doesn't seem in line with the best and the brightest. Best and the brightest, cheaper? When people say, oh, well, if you want to scrutinize the program, well, when 83% of the H-1Bs that are part of this program are going to low-skilled or entry-level workers, I would say scrutinize anyone who supports the program.
Exactly. What they're really doing they're doing it as, what's fucked up about it is they're saying, we need the talent. Americans aren't very talented. And then they're bringing these people in, and instead of giving these jobs to American workers, even some qualified American workers, they'll bring these people in, and then they'll just pay them less for entry-level positions. Okay, and like I stated earlier in the show, that I watched this happen firsthand working in manufacturing. I watched it firsthand working for a Honda supplier. And it wasn't just one time. I worked there for fucking 9 years. Okay, I watched it happen several times, where they just overlook qualified or experienced. Maybe they didn't have a college degree, but they had all the experience that they needed. Which I understand. You're not going to hire somebody. They got to have this fucking paperwork. They got to have this college degree. Okay? And in some situations, people get hired in positions where they'll have an associate's degree in fucking psychology and they'll get a job as an engineer just because they have an associate's degree. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying that happens a whole lot, but it does happen. And I don't know. This whole thing of bringing these people in and then paying them less to not give the jobs to Americans, I just think it's crazy, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with that, Jake, to a degree. I think we do have the talent, though. We just got to train people. We got to get people ready. Like, we're so focused on what fucking gender we want to be today instead of, what we really need to be focused on, which is, educating ourselves, educating these kids and getting them ready for life outside of school. We're so focused on gender studies, LGBT fucking bullshit, hating fucking Republicans and conservatives and Donald Trump, and like that's what these teachers are teaching instead of teaching the fucking truth and getting people ready for life after high school. But yeah.
It is also better.
This is the video. I wanted to show you guys this video because this is the video I was talking about where Ben Shapiro fucked up and he said the quiet part out loud. Now, this is a guy that is Israel first, okay? And it's come out of his mouth several times where he only supports America because America supports Israel. And that really he is Israel first. So listen to what he says about people. This is the clip I was talking about where he says about people who live in their hometown and can't afford to live there. This is what he has to say about that.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality...
Hey, Ben, maybe you should fuck off. Why don't you go back to Israel with all your little tiny fucking hat people? If I want to live, if I'm an American and I want to live in my hometown and I want to die where I grew up at, and I'm a fucking American, I should be able to do that. I shouldn't have to give billions of dollars to fucking Israel to go fight some fucking war I don't care about, or send our young women and children, or our young kids to go over and fucking die for Israel. Fuck that. This dude, I'm telling you, the more you listen to him, the more you'll see how much of an asshat he is.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that. The history of America is you go to a place where there is opportunity. And if the opportunities are limited here and they're not changing, then you really should try to think about other places where you have better opportunities. If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here.
That's coming from an Israel first Jew. Telling you, if you can't afford to live where you grew up at, maybe you should just leave and go live somewhere else. And then if you still can't find opportunities, maybe you should just get out of this country. It's like, no, fuck you. You get out of this country. And, yeah. It pisses me off to listen to this dude. He's a fucking clown. But I thought I had another clip. Oh, I do. I think this is about Tucker Carlson, though. Hold on. Here we go. Alright, so this is the one clip. This has Harrison Smith's opinion on it tied into it, which I'll probably play that too. But it was hard for me to find the clip where Trump was talking about the 600,000 Chinese immigrants would keep HBCUs from closing, which makes no fucking sense. Okay, so this is the clip. Then Harrison Smith adds a little bit of commentary too, so hold on.
Folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States. We have about 350,000 Chinese. One point during COVID, you were going to, push to, get them out, but that was pulled back. You've said as many as 600,000 Chinese students could come to the United States. Why, sir, is that a pro-MAGA position when so many American kids want to go to school and there are places not for them, and these universities are getting rich off Chinese money?
Sure. Never said about China, but we do have a lot of people
It's not it shouldn't be a MAGA position, by the way.
coming in from China. We always have China and other countries. We also have a massive system of colleges and universities. And if we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
Well, I think that's a big deal.
Half the colleges. Now, when he says that, and it took me watching this a couple times, okay? Now, when he says that, perhaps it would make some people happy to not bring these people in here. The some people he's talking about is his base, okay? Is the people that got him in this position, okay? In 2015 and then once again in 2024. And should have been 2020. All right, so he's talking about his base. Now, that would probably make some people happy. But we're going to go ahead and do it because I have to make the other people happy. And the other people, I do believe, are his donors.
Are they fans,
You would have the
fans of the United States?
Yeah, but you would have, as you know, historically, black colleges and universities would all be out of business. You would have a system of colleges and universities.
So we're dependent on China to keep our...
I didn't even hear that part last time I watched it. Hold on. Oh, we don't need to watch. Oh, I heard it. Yeah, how much longer is this clip? Still got a minute 30 left. All right. Well, let's just take a pause here.
So if you didn't hear what he said, just listen to what he said here at the end.
The
fans of the United States?
Yeah, but you would have, as you know, to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy. You would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
Well, I think that's a big deal.
Are they fans?
You would have the
fans of the United States?
Yeah, but you would have, as you know, historically black.
Are colleges fans of the United States? Laura pressed him, which I do applaud her on that. I don't like her, but I do applaud her on that. She said, would that be a fucking bad thing for half of the colleges to go out of business? Are they really pro-America? Are they MAGA? Are these people MAGA? Are these people pro-America? Fuck no, they're not. So, anyway.
Colleges and universities would all be out of business. You would have a system of colleges and universities.
So we're dependent on China to keep our...
I didn't even hear that.
So he's basically saying the HBCUs would go out of business, or they help, the Chinese people. Like, Chinese people don't go to HBCUs. They just fucking don't. It's a historically black college. All right? So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about on that. That was kind of dumb, in my opinion. So I do want to talk about this clip. I thought this clip was pretty good. We'll talk a little bit about this, and then I'm just gonna bullshit for the rest. This will be probably the last clip we watch. But let's go back and we'll watch this. Now this is more about H-1Bs. The caption says, did you know 70% of H-1B visa holders come from India? 10 to 15% come from China. 80% of the H-1B approvals are entry-level and junior-level jobs. Combine all of that with AI and robotics, which will wipe out even more entry-level jobs, and H-1Bs become even harder to defend. So, I agree with that. So let's hear what this guy has to say. This is from Fox News. I thought this was interesting. I watched it. I thought it was a good clip, so I wanted to put it in here.
700,000 H-1B visa holders in America. Now, who is coming to this country to take these high-skilled jobs. As I mentioned, STEM fields dominate the occupations, and most of the workers come from India. In fact, 70% of H-1B visa holders come from India. Another 10 to 15% come from China. 80% of H-1B visa approvals are for entry-level or junior-level jobs. That's a little hard to stomach when we hear that we're not talented enough or that we're not skilled enough for these jobs, when you consider that most of these jobs are actually at entry or junior level jobs. And it's definitely to the benefit of corporations, tech companies that can hire foreign workers, trust me on this, cheaper than American workers. This is laid out, by the way, by billionaire tech entrepreneur Palmer Luckey.
There's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. H-1B abuse is crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy, but
700,000.
You're not MAGA if you don't support it. If you don't support 600,000 Chinese immigrants coming in here and H-1B visas that's made up of 80% Indian people, then you're just not fucking MAGA. Okay? That you're just you're not a MAGA, you're not Republican, you've turned your back on Trump. Trump would never turn his back on you. I mean, he's there for you to help you by replacing you with foreign people. Fuck, can we get the old Trump back? I'm still 100% convinced that this isn't the same Trump. Alright? He died and they cloned him. He died of COVID. I'm kidding, okay? Alright, so I think I've said enough on this shit, okay? We've been about an hour and 13 minutes in. So I think what I'm going to start doing here soon, and it's not going to be every episode, okay? First off, I'm going to start, I wanted to address this while everybody's on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on reading comments to the end, and then I'm going to go through some comments and I'll read some of them. If you want me to really read your comment, obviously send me a super chat. Then I'll definitely make sure I get to it. But I feel like when I'm reading comments and talking about politics at the same time, it fucks it up. I just lose my train of thought. I am slightly retarded. Okay? But, I did want to say that. And then eventually, I think what I want to do is start having people come up, but it's not going to be everybody in the chat is going to have the opportunity to come up. I'll probably pick some people, send a link to them, type of shit. And it's not really, I want to send the link to you so you can come up and debate with me. If you want to, argue with me about something, that's fine. We can do that. But you're probably not going to get much out of me because I don't want to argue. I believe how I believe. I'm not changing my position. So. But that's going to be happening here soon. I think starting next week, I'm going to start dropping the link. People can come up. I'm not going to do it every show, but I'll do it some nights. So he cleared out the Mexicans and Muslims to let the Chinese take over. And the Indians, bro. Don't forget about the Indians. Has anybody ever went on Google Earth and looked up India and zoomed the fuck in on it? Have you ever done that? That country is a shithole. India is a shithole. And we're just going to let all these people come in. It's disgusting over there. Have you ever seen them eat? And the food they eat? It's disgusting. And if you like Indian food, you are a terrible person. And you should repent. If you like Indian food, you should repent for your sins. Okay? Because that shit is disgusting. Alright? That's how I feel about it. So, I'm just saying, you bring Indians in, And you're going to have problems, bro. You're going to have problems. They don't want to assimilate to this country. They don't want to do that. Yeah, they have a yearly cow poop party. Yeah, it's funny, bro, because the dude that went over there for like their poop festival, he had like a whole documentary he was going to release. And he got so many death threats to where he couldn't release the documentary. They were literally saying, if you release that documentary, we're going to kill you. And they started doxing him and showing him where he fucking lives and like taking pictures of his. I think they took like pictures of his wife and kids. Yeah, bro. Yeah, he went over there and did a whole fucking documentary of their poop festival. Yeah. It's not good. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to live in a fucking country with those people. Like, I'm not saying we can't have some. Alright? I'm not trying to be mean, but let's just call it what it is, okay? Their country is a shithole. Alright, so we're zooming in on Google Earth. We're zooming in on Google Earth. We're going to go to India. I'm taking you to India, boys. Oh, where's that? I zoomed too far in. Oh, there it is. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. Alright, so here's India. Oh shit, hold on. I gotta stop sharing and share my other screen. Here's India, and there's a picture of Trump. Pretty much. Pretty much. Alright, here we go. We're zooming in on India. Not a very good picture. I should have went with the pro plan. But yeah, I mean, if you want to live in... I mean, India is so much smarter than us and better than us and smarter at tech jobs and shit. Why does their country look like a shithole? You can't convince me that India is smarter than American people or more talented. Fuck you. They literally bathe in shit. Let's zoom in. Let's see if we can change some stuff. 3D, 2D. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I gotta cough real quick. Pull it up full screen. And I'll just talk in the background. Look, there's where Vivek lives. Right there. Right here in this little hut. I'm just kidding. I don't know where Vivek lives. Unfortunately, he lives in fucking Ohio. Alright, so this is India, I guess. So what the fuck it said on my map. Let's scroll back and make sure. India is so much smarter than us. But their country looks like shit. Where the fuck did it go, bro? I know I zoomed in on the right spot. Literally a shithole. I get gonorrhea when I watch Indian street food cooking. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's not good, bro. It's not good, fam. It's not good. Let's just take a look at some pictures here. Of course, they're gonna show you like all the good-looking pictures. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that looks good. Looks like they're so much farther ahead of us. They're so much more technological. Like, I mean, I know they're so much far ahead of us technology-wise. I wonder how easy it is to get a fucking college degree in India. Look at that. That don't look good. Looks kind of cool, but that water looks dirty, boy. What up, Great White Wolf? We're just taking a look at the greatest country in the world that we have to get all these tech people to come over and save Americans. We're looking at the great country of India. Oh, yeah, look at that, just bathing in the water, bro. Ugh. That looks terrible. Oh, that looks disgusting. Look at that, boy. Definitely gonna get AIDS getting in that water. Well, it's their toilet, so. It's like if Detroit was a country. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we want to import a bunch of people over here from H1B visas and bring them on over. Fuck that. Yeah. Let's just scroll through. Is that all of them? Okay, that's 20 pictures, man. They only wanted to add 20 pictures, but they had to add some like rough ones in there too. Hold on, let's go back in, man. We're going back into India. Here we go. We're zooming in on them. This is India. They're so much farther ahead of us as a country. I mean, we need their tech workers over here ASAP. We don't have no fucking talent over here. Like, dude, what the fuck? It has nothing to do with affordability and being able to pay them less money and undercut the fucking American worker. It has nothing to do with that, dude. Are you looking at this fucking map? Are we looking at the same map? These dudes are brilliant. I mean, just zoom in on this architecture. Dude, we need these people. By the boatloads, like tomorrow. Alright, I'm done. I'm done ragging on them motherfuckers. Like, bro, don't try to literally feed me a shit sandwich and saying it's a double cheeseburger. I don't fucking believe you. Okay? And there's a difference. Okay? There's a difference between leftist and people on the right. Okay? And people that are on the right and they're paying attention, they'll call out their own leadership. People on the left, they have a hive mind. They don't call out their leadership. And some people on the right will say, well, we should all band together. We should all stick together. Matter of fact, I've even said it a couple times. But I can't get behind importing a bunch of foreign workers over here for less money to take Americans' jobs. I just can't do it. You want me to get on board with that? I just ain't going to do it. Okay? That's not what I want to do. So, yeah, there's that. So we've talked enough about, you get the fucking point. We've talked an hour and a half about H-1B visas, okay? I think what we should really do is watch a video of, now I want to start doing this segment. Once I get all this shit figured out, I'm going to like break it out into segments, and like during the show, we're going to have like one major news story we talk about. And then we're going to break out into like segments, and it's going to be like a 2-hour show, okay? I'm working on some shit. I'm also working on a new show, too. A new show, and I'm going to announce it tonight. Okay, so I'm not only doing this political podcast tonight, I am also going to do a music live stream. And that's going to be at 8 p.m. tonight. And I do have a huge announcement about a new show I got coming up. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be different. All right, maybe not too different, but it is going to be fun and exciting, okay? But I'm going to start a new segment on this show eventually that is called Women Say Dumb Shit. And that's going to be the title of the segment, okay? Women Say Dumb Shit. And, oh shit, hold on. Our first example of that is this video. So let's listen to this dumbass woman say some dumbass shit. Here we go.
Let me finish.
Jesus Christ.
Just shut your mouth and let me finish.
Okay.
Thank you. About time. 2 + 2 = 4, would you agree? Is that always true?
What do you mean by always?
It past, present, and in the future. Is it a universal
It
truth?
depends. Like, there's like an entire debate over like whether we've like found math or it's always existed. Like, for example, if there was no one to see it, like in the cosmos, and we had two particles like just like rolling around each other,
If there was nobody to see you take a pee on that tree, did you really take a pee on that tree? If there was nobody there to see you loot that store, did you really do some looting? If there was nobody there to see you shoot somebody, all right, did you really shoot somebody? Nobody knows.
cosmos, and we had two particles like just like rolling around each other. Does that mean two? Like, does that still exist? Does math still exist in that context? I think that math is probably something.
Hold on, we gotta go back, bro. Watch his face.
It's always existed. Like, for example, if there was no one to see it, like in the cosmos, and we had two particles like just like rolling around each other, does that mean two? Like, does that still exist? Does math?
Look at that face. Oh, you know what he's thinking right now? Women say some dumb shit.
Math still exists in that context. I think that math is probably something that we like observe and that we've kind of come to use like in a utility sense. But I don't think that I think there probably needs to be someone there counting for for there to be one or two or three things. I think it's like there's some utility in math. So I don't necessarily think it's like something that you can quantify in this way of always existing. I think it's something that we kind of constructed.
So you're saying numbers are only dependent upon the things in the world?
I mean, if there's no things in the world, yeah, there's no number of things.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Numbers are universal. Yeah, numbers pre-exist. Logic pre-exists creation. That's why creation is ordered in a logical way.
Okay, I would probably disagree.
So creation is not ordered in a logical way. Okay, do you believe in the laws of logic?
I think that the laws of logic are like we use them at like utility wise, right, to come to conclusions and to like
So they could be false in the future.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we've
asking you a question.
System.
Okay, I'm asking you, could they be false in the future?
Oh, I feel like I got dumber watching that clip. So 2 + 2 is 4, whether you want to admit it or not. And if you decide to marry this woman, good luck on ever trying to win an argument. Ever. Like, my opinion is stay far, far away from a woman like this. They're only going to bring you frustration.
Let me finish.
So, let's see. Let's see if we got another. Oh, yeah, I got another one for you. So, women say some really dumb shit. Video number 2. Let's fucking go.
If you're offended by minorities talking about their lived experiences, you're the problem. If you're offended by women saying they're afraid of men, you're the problem. If you're immediately reprimanding instead of listening and understanding, if you're offended by people's lived experiences, you're the problem. Oh!
I think the problem is the mental health medication that you're taking, okay? And the fact that you clap and use your fucking hands and look like a retard, okay? Good luck on ever trying to be happy in life. Because that was terrible. All right, so this segment needs a little work, okay? It's going to have, like, its own, like, little intro. And, yeah, so I'm going to piss a lot of people off with this one. Because it's going to be funny. But, yeah. I think I do have another one. Hold on. I even have, like, I even have like a section in here. Oh, never mind. I don't have any videos in there. I'm sure I'll find more. Alright, that's it. Her life is sad. It really is, bro. It really is. So I just wanted to jump on here. I wanted to go in about an hour and a half. I was going to try to go about 2 hours, but I wanted to try to keep it on one subject and kind of keep it brief. I'm gonna go longer tonight when I do my music stream. I'm gonna announce the new show and talk a little bit about it. Take any kind of like questions or like see what people think about it in the chat. So if you're not doing anything tonight at 8 p.m. right here on this channel, come check it out. We'll listen to some good music. I have some reactions I want to do. I'm going to do the reactions in the live stream and then clip it out. So we'll do that as well. I'll probably take some requests towards the end of the stream as well if you want to request a song or something like that. With doing politics a lot more, I got to try to find a balance. Because I still want to do reactions, but I just here the last couple weeks, it's like I've lacked this motivation. I got sick. I had a headache. It was just a mess, dude. So, I'm trying to get back in the swing of doing reactions, doing the political videos, and then starting this new show. So, trying to see if there's anything else that I want to talk about before I jump off here. No, there's not. Well, I had another video on here saved I was going to talk about, but I'm so ready for the rapture. Yeah. Life is getting crazy. I feel like we're like in this downward spiral. Like we're just fucking twirling to our death. And then sometimes I feel like that we are literally stuck in the Matrix. And I'm not bullshitting with you, bro. Like, I literally think we're in, like, a simulation. Like, this is not real life. Like, somebody's, like, programming shit to happen, and we're just reacting to it. And, like, it's all part of this weird fucking sadistic plan to torture us. But I do have some other stuff I want to talk about next week with this podcast too. One of my favorite people in the conservative movement has been under a full-blown attack. He was just recently sued by Kash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins. So I want to dedicate a show talking about that next week. We're gonna do that. I do have to like look into it a little bit more, pull up some clips from him and talk about it a little bit, but watching the nightly news alone gives me that feeling too. Yeah. And so do I, and I think the shit's broken. Yeah, bro. It's broken. And I don't think it'll ever be fixed again until Jesus comes back. And that's not being, I keep thinking, like, if we try hard enough, we'll get our country back. And it's like, nah, the people that are in control aren't in control anyway. I think the majority of what's happening right now, the devil is guiding our leaders into a downward fucking spiral. And everything just, and the more and more I look into it, everything just becomes more and more fake and gay. Just seems fake and super gay. But anyway. Alright, well, I'm going to jump off here, man. I am going to play the Tom MacDonald song again at the end, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign out. But I appreciate you guys coming back by. I like this song. All my fucking haters, I'm a huge Tom MacDonald fan. So I'm going to play a song on the way out, and then I'll be back later tonight. We're going to, like I said, it's going to be a music stream. So come check it out, 8 p.m. right here on this channel. Like I said, I'm going to do some reactions and shit, but I'll take requests too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Have a good day. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the United States of America. I'm out.
All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters whack. They afraid of facts. They don't think you worth the air you breathe unless you gay or black. All my haters hang out with Antifa waving rainbow flags. All the dudes who hate me think they pregnant, they just gay and fat. They've been watching CNN and Disney on their televisions. Never seen a gym but get Ozempic shots injected in them. Blaming us for homophobia and anti-Semitism. Think that if you straight and white and male you should be sent to prison. All my haters left the center, come in 50 different genders. Members of the woke mob, registered as sex offenders. All my haters woke as hell, probably means they broke as well. I don't need to know them, I can tell. All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters lame, cancel everything. They think men are toxic, but they can't define a woman. Ayy, all my haters hate police cause they don't want the city safe. They so triggered all the time, but none of them know how to aim. They think that they above the law, they loot a store, don't get arrested. Killing babies, they don't use protection, they just getting pregnant. Only time they win is when they cheat, you know they rigged elections. Claiming we're privileged so they can say they living in oppression. All my haters left the center, come in 50 different genders. Members of the woke mob, registered as sex offenders. All my haters woke as hell, probably means they broke as well. I don't need to know them, I can tell. All my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my haters threaten me, they bluffing. Ain't no guts inside their stomachs, they identify as blueberry muffins. They wanted cops to be defunded, bumping Macklemore, they love him. Swear to God, the one thing they got in common is all my haters got pronouns, green hair, BLM t-shirts, fully vaccinated in a mask, scared to breathe air. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters. All my haters like to burn flags, protest, wear drag, no offense. All my haters liberals and they ain't making no sense. All my haters woke, all my haters woke. All my haters woke, all my haters, all my haters, all my. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag.